Hello and welcome back to Knick Knack Kitchen, where this week we are making a no yeast and no oven pizza, which only takes 25 minutes to make. And if that doesn't get you excited, I don't know what will. And without waiting any longer, let's just see how we make it. So to make our pizza base, we'll start with some flour in a bowl to which we're going to add our leavening agents, and I'm using both baking soda and baking powder. And now I like to add a few herbs to my pizza base just for flavor. You can skip them if you would rather prefer a plain base. Now after the herbs, I'm going to add some garlic oil, and again, the oil has been flavored with some garlic because I like the added flavor. You can just add regular oil. Then I'm going to add some salt, and the main part of this base is the yogurt. So we're going to use a whole 100 grams of yogurt and then just mix this together first with a spatula, and eventually we're going to use our hands to bring this together into a dough. So as we are kneading the dough, keep in mind that if your dough is a little too wet, you can add a little more flour, and if it is a little too dry, then you can add a little more yogurt. The dough, once you're done kneading, should be soft, as you can see over here. So now we're just going to set the dough aside for about 5 minutes while we work on the toppings for our pizza. Now for the toppings, I'm just using some standard onions and capsicum and olives and some sausages in addition to the sauce and the cheese. Now I have some garlic oil here, which is nothing but extra virgin olive oil, where I have just added some garlic and sauteed it for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now I'm adding that oil to my pizza sauce just because I feel that it adds an extra layer of flavor. Here I am using ready-made pizza sauce because this is a 25-minute pizza and we're going to take all the shortcuts that we can. Now coming to the toppings, I'm just going to fry them off in a frying pan, because unlike a pizza which is cooked in an oven, here when you're cooking a pizza in a pan, the toppings do not get enough heat to cook as evenly, nor are you going to get any color while your pizza is cooking in the pan. So it is important that you pre-cook your toppings just for the color more than anything. And now I'm going to do the same for the sausages as well. So once all our toppings are cooked, we can go ahead and roll out our pizza dough and get cooking. So I'm just going to flour the work surface. I am using my pastry mat. You can do it directly on your countertop. And now we're just going to try and get a circle, or as close to a circle as we can go. And the size will completely depend on the size of your frying pan. The recipe that I've provided here makes enough for one pizza, so you can accordingly multiply the quantities for whatever number of pizzas you're planning to make. Now we're going to transfer this to a well-greased frying pan. I've greased it with the garlic oil. Make sure to grease it properly so that your pizza does not stick to your pan. And after about 2 to 3 minutes on medium heat, we're going to flip the pizza base, and this is going to be the top of our pizza, which is beautifully golden brown at this point. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the pizza sauce and follow that up with the cheese. I'm not going to mention any quantities here because in my opinion, a pizza base is like a blank canvas and you can paint it whatever which way you like, so I'm not going to direct that. And if you're really interested in knowing how much I used about 2 tablespoons of pizza sauce and about 50 grams of cheese, which was enough to cover the pizza. And I used processed cheese as opposed to mozzarella cheese, and that's only because I could not get my hands on mozzarella cheese. So if you can, then make sure you use that, because then you'll get the perfect stringy cheese, which is common in a pizza. So once all of our toppings are on our pizza, we're just going to cover it with a lid and cook it for about 7 to 8 minutes on the lowest heat possible so that our pizza cooks evenly. And once it's done, our pizza is ready. and it's ready to be directly served and eaten right away. And like I said, it really does not even take 25 minutes. If you're faster than I am, you'll actually be able to wrap this up in about 20 minutes itself. So after giving our pizza about a minute on open flame, we can finally transfer this to our serving platter, whichever thing you would want to use. And well, there's nothing more really to say. Our pizza is ready. This is definitely not an authentic Italian pizza by any stretch of imagination, but this is an absolutely delicious pizza. The base is not far from a traditional yeast based pizza dough, and for the time and effort that you're putting into this pizza, I think it's absolutely amazing, and you really would not be able to tell that it only took you 20 minutes or 25. And now I'm just going to slice into the pizza using my pizza cutter. You can just use a knife, and here you can see all of the sauce that is oozing out. And I'm going to take a bite and leave you with your mouth salivating, or so I hope. And as you can see, my pizza is mostly full of sauce as opposed to the cheese, but that's just my preference. And I just hope that you try this recipe during this lockdown particularly. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please do give a like, do share and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week.